Hey y'all. So really, I don't know. It seems like the video should be okay. I just posted part one, part two, and then that little bit I added at the end. Yeah, I still didn't do my eye makeup. I'm a little messed up and I gotta add more lipstick. But look who's here. Here's Lola. Lola, you gonna look at everybody? Oh, look. Look at your peoples. Oh, they like looking at you. Wanna sit on my lap? Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna let her sit on my lap. Hold on. Okay, you wanna come here? Hop, hop, there we are. So here we are. Yeah. Lola, you gonna look at the peoples? Yes. We gotta clean off her little face. She got eye boogies. Her little eye boogies. Yeah, you know. Anyway, so we just saw a hummingbird. That was exciting. And, I was gonna tell you, I mentioned it in one of the videos about what happened yesterday, and then again, me with the ADHD kind of behavior here, I kind of went squirrel and forgot to tell you. So yesterday was a really good day. Yes, it was. You was good yesterday too. Mwah. Yeah, I know. Mwah. Anyway, so I gotta straighten this makeup out, don't I? I look scary. Yeah, that's kind of like leftover, whatever. Let me move the phone. Anyway, so yesterday, a couple things. So this is why I try to push the bangs out of the way, right? Because it's getting ridiculous. I will put makeup on in my next video, and then you'll be so surprised. You'll be like, oh my gosh, she looks like a real person, and she's not scary anymore. Anyway, so yesterday I went to Starbucks, and I sat down, and I was just scrolling through the phone. I actually was looking for a friend I haven't found in, gosh, it must be about 35 years at least. I'm going to say 35. I was saying 30, then I was saying 20, then I was saying, it's got to be about 35 years, and I couldn't find her, and I couldn't find her, and I couldn't find her. Well, I got on Facebook. She's not on Facebook. She doesn't have Facebook. However, her son does, and her son is about the age of my son's. And I saw, the name, and I thought, yeah, I wonder if that's, because there's more people with the same name, And I thought, well, let me see if that's, and sure enough, it was. So he notified her and said, hey, Mom, your friend from years ago sent me a message. Because, see, now he's grown, right? So he can let her know. Anyway, so she said, yeah, I would love to. So he sent me a message back, and he had said, well, go ahead and, and contact my mom. Here's her number, and here's her Gmail. So I went ahead and I did, and I was able to get in touch with her. So that's good news. And we talked for about an hour and a half. It's like kind of catch up time, but all those years you can't catch up that fast. But, we did catch up some. So there's that. And then, but when I was in Starbucks and I was doing all that scrolling, the neat thing is that a lady came down to sit by me, and she asked me if she could sit there. And I said, of course, yeah, sure. And we got to talking, and she and I were talking to each other like if we've known each other forever. Wonderful lady. She had used to be a police officer, got injured on the job, and then, so she's not, not doing that anymore, which that's a hard job. Say what you want to say about police. Some people don't like them, I get it. But at the same time, they risk their lives, and it's not an easy job. And you meet all kinds in your line of work when you're a police officer. I am sure of that. So it's not an easy job. She had done it for a number of years, but now she's not doing it anymore, which in a way I'm glad for her, because not that she got injured. I'm not glad about that. But the thing of it is, if she's not doing it anymore, at least, maybe that makes her a little safer. But, she has the knowledge, and she knows what to do, and in different situations, and that's really important. That's important for all of us. We should really know better what to do. But again, no makeup on. I keep looking at my eyes, and I'm like, gee, the one looks real red. That's because I had brown eyeshadow on, and my eyes were watering last night. And yeah, it's just a mess. I'm looking at myself going, ugh. So anyway, I will. That's where a lot of people look, and then they're all made up like these movie stars, and then they get all made up, and then by their person that does their makeup, and they look gorgeous, and they're not a flaw on their face, and they're just so. And then in real life you see them and you go So I'm kind of like, that's what you get, you know. And then I can only improve from here, right? So we'll go with that. But I wanted to tell you I was able to meet this nice lady that was a police officer. She said she's going to be watching the video. So if she does, I thank you for your kindness from yesterday. We got to talk for so long, and I, really thank you that you have done that job for so long that I would not want that. I couldn't do that job. I mean, I was a school teacher for a lot of years, and there's a lot of stuff goes on in schools. People don't know about it too, but that being a police officer, and that's too hard. That scares me. I mean, it's almost like being in the military. People are not nice to police officers, and and I know not every police officer is real nice. I'm sure there's some real ones that are dodo heads, but I mean, be respectful. Geesh, at least respect them. I mean, they're doing a job that you certainly don't want to do it, and see you out there doing it. I'm not doing it, so there's a reason why we're not. Anyway, but she was lovely, and I'm so glad I got to meet her, and I got to meet her daughter, and just a beautiful girl too. So just really nice. I had a really nice experience, and Lola sees somebody. Oh, that's a mommy and a little kid. Oh, be quiet. Here, focus on me. Focus on here. Don't look. So sometimes I just cover her eyes for a while. Like, don't look. She's gonna look anyway. But no. Look at look, your little toy comes out so cute in the picture behind us. No, that's a little girl. She go, hey, shush. Hey. No, here we go again. That's the thing with her being on live, because she'll just, barky, bark, bark. This Miss Barky Pants. Hey. Anyway, I'm holding her nose here. You need a muzzle. You need a muzzle. Yeah, I know. Stop. Anyway, we're shaking the camera. You're so cute. Everybody loves you. No, they're going away. Lola, they're going to go shopping. They're going away. No, they're going away. Nobody's there. All gone. All gone. You scared them away. All gone. Oh, sheesh. Sorry. They're right in your ear, right? Just like me. Hey, stop. Thank you. So anyway, I had that lovely visit with her, and then I was able to find my friend, and we had a visit on the phone, and that was really special and very nice, and I'm so grateful. And it was funny because the night before, I have to tell you the story, because the night before, the Lord woke me up, and, I have a hard time sleeping anyway, but sometimes he wakes me up, and I know when it's him waking me up. And he was like, I want you to find, I'm like, you got to tell me this at 2, 3 in the morning, sheesh. But, and I did, I immediately started looking, and I'm like, Lord, I'm really tired, I got to do this tomorrow. But he said, no, I want you to, yes, but I want you to find this person. So at any rate, I was able to find my friend. So, and she's following me on here too, so. So all my new friends and old friends that we found each other shared us out, and let people know. If you have anybody that's interested in even traveling, it's a good video, because, you get to see things. Some of my older videos, you guys get to see rest stops, mountains, different things, that I did when I went to California. Oh, somebody's trying to put a little tushy-wishy up in the air. What are you doing? What you doing? Hey. We're actually going to move the vehicle, go, I have more garbage because of my breakfast. I finally made my breakfast. And the sun is coming out. And anyway, we're going to go on across the road there. And I'm going to try to put some makeup on, y'all. I know. I don't look movie starish at all. I look scary. So that's why I say I like to put on makeup so I don't scare small children, and other people. So, it's not a horror movie, I guarantee you. This is just kind of leftover makeup from last night, because, like I said, my eyes were watering, and and then this morning I started to sneeze after I made my videos with you guys, and my eyes were watering again. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. And then I realized, you know what? And let me just tell you this for your own self. Dashboard. The dashboard, and then where the heat comes out, and where I'm in the sun right now. Thank goodness the sun came out. But, the sun shines on your stuff, and there's like all this dust, and I'm like, oh, good heavens. No wonders I'm over here sneezing. Okay, Lola, you got to turn it. You're being a little twit. Go over there, please. Thank you. Oh, there she is. She's going to go back to her seat. There she goes. She's going to go fix your blankies, and then, Mommy, we're going to drive. Go fix your blankies. But she's eaten and she's had snacks and everything. But I'm going to get the stuff you wipe your... you probably could just use an ordinary rag, but I tried doing that and the stuff kind of didn't stick to it. So I want to use something that it's actually going to stick to it and make it look better, because it's just like, good heavens, no wonders. I'm like over here sneezing and runny nose and red eyes and eyes watering, and she just, and then she shakes and then things go flying. Oh, good heavens to Betsy, and then my nose itches because of that. Anyway, it's winter, or going to be winter, so it's cold. So I'm not opening up windows and she's like, you're talking about me. I'm leaving. Look, she's in the back. She's like, I'm going back here, Mom. She's dragging her leash. Where are you going? Where are you going? Lola, where are you going? Just like a kid. You're talking about me. I'm leaving. All right. Well, you can leave, but then come back here when we're ready to go. She's knocking her blankets down again, which I fix those every day. You know how dogs like to dig in their blankets and move them all around? That's what she does. And then she gets them to the point where they fall off the seat. And then, it's just a mess. Anyway, little things in life. But yeah, I'm going to go get something. So I'm wipe this dash down and wipe my front here. And being that the sun is out, the sun will come out tomorrow. Anyway, because the sun came out, yay, today, I am going to go ahead and make sure that my vehicle looks okay on the outside. Don't let your vehicle start looking yucky, because that's how people know you're in it too. Now there's some vans that have pulled in here that are actual, you can tell, like they have the build out, because they have the big thing on the roof, and the roof looks different, and there's solar panels, and there's ladders going up to the roof, and blah, 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 blah. And, we don't have all that blah, 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 blah stuff. And now eventually I want to get that, fantastic fan, so that the fan goes on in the summertime and we're not dying in here. And, and, that reminds me, I got to get those things you cool off in the freezer that goes in the fan, because I can leave those at work. My work is so supportive of this, so I'm so happy with that. So thank you, work. But that's Capella Music, by the way. There are 3 locations. I'm not telling you which one I'm at. Anyway, but they are very good, and I teach music. I've told you guys that before. So today we will be teaching guitar. What am I teaching today? Guitar, piano, voice. I teach ukulele today too. So yeah, I teach all 4 things. So anyway, I'll be teaching that today. Oh, the curtain's moving. Somebody's coming back. All right, come on your seat. Come on. Up. No, not on me. Up here, darling. Up here. Come on. Hoppy. Up. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Stand there. That was a commercial too. I had too many commercials on the brain. Anyway, that's the stuff that sticks with you, those jingles. Oh yeah. So anyway, I am going to go and get stuff to clean this up in the inside. Get a little more organized. I've been getting organized. I got a couple things last night and did a little moving stuff around in the back. I still have a ways to go. But, you're always going to be, trying to improve and do stuff. Like I put my little net up there, and I wish it were an actual build out, like a shelf that built out with a cupboard. If I could, at least have that much done, and have an actual wall here maybe of some kind, so that I could tack stuff on it as well, that'd be great. And I was thinking about pegboard too. I don't know. You start to think of different things, but I think it's time to, eventually just save up and then go ahead and have, somebody actually that knows what they're doing start to do it. It probably would be warmer inside too. So we'll figure that out. But one step at a time. I mean, I haven't even done this for a full month. So, it's almost a month though. So anyway, by the 16th, it will be 1 month. Like a legitimate month, like a full month. So, because the 15th, I was still sleeping in here overnight, but it was like on my property. So I'm like, that doesn't count, So to actually like to be stealthy and around. And I actually am starting to enjoy it. And I actually forget where I'm at. Like I'll park somewhere and be like, it's really quiet. I have not gone to campgrounds yet. I do. There's some nice ones out here, but you got to pay. And if I can be stealthy and not have to pay for that night, hey, that saves money, y'all. And it's not that you don't have the money. It's just why spend it if you don't have to. You know, save that. And the same thing, cook in your van. Get sandwiches. You know, I mean, they have Crustables, right? PB&J, if you like that. So those are just things you can do. Help yourself along. I mean, don't starve yourself, obviously. I didn't eat so good yesterday, so today I got to do better. I'm looking out my window because if it would come back, I'd show you. There was a little hummingbird that just, all of a sudden, I was just sitting here checking on those other videos, and it's a little green hummingbird. Oh, it was so beautiful, and it was just like flitting around, so cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a hummingbird in person. I've always only seen them like on TV, and you know, I said, well, this is a hummingbird and this is what you feed them, yada yada. But I've not actually been up close, and I didn't get out of the car because I didn't want to scare it. But I was like, oh my goodness, so close, and I got to watch it. So that was another blessing. So God will let you know He's around. You know, like that lady sitting down yesterday, had a wonderful talk with her. I, you know, really admire her for all she's done, and, you know, her whole family, and she told me things about her family. And, you know, it's like really nice. And God's letting you know, I'm still here. I haven't left you, right? Little things will start to occur. And then I found my friend, you know, he gave me that word. I found my friend, and then she and I talked for quite some time. And again, God lets you know He will put people in your path, and He will send to you what you need. Like the one day I was kind of sad, just kind of wondering, what am I doing with this? You know, maybe I shouldn't even be in this van. I should just forget this whole thing. I was getting kind of sad, and then everybody started pointing at Lola, and, you know, I was like, oh, your dog is so cute, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so then that kind of perks you up. I mean, there's times He just knows when you need that little. And this morning I did some cleaning in the back there and made my breakfast, and clean up right away after you do your food. Don't leave stuff sitting because it's going to get nasty. I cleaned everything up, put everything away, and again, then I come sit down here and there's a hummingbird. I mean, come on. So every day there is going to be something in your day that God will send you, and He knows what you need and when you need it. So I'm just saying. So you've got to have Jesus front and center, and like I said, repent. Tell the Lord you're sorry for your sins. I should not be alive and breathing. I should not have lasted this long for the stuff that I did in my life, and the chances that I took, and places that I got, things I got myself into. Let's just put it that way. There's no way I should be. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. God rescued me so many times from so many things that, you know, I'm like that little lost sheep that, you know, He goes out and gets. And He's gotten me several times. So I'm just saying, you know, that's why I know, you know, it's a good thing to have Him in your life. It you know, and it does work. I mean, having Jesus in your life, it does work. And it's not an it, it's a He. He does work. Holy Spirit grants you the wisdom you need, you know, and you can't go wrong. You really can't. So I'm going to pop off here before this cuts us off again. But listen, love one another as the Lord has loved you, please. And help one another. Be respectful. If nothing, at least be respectful. Sheesh, you know. Be respectful. But if you see a need, fill that need. Like a lot of times I'll see stray shopping carts wherever I'm sitting. I'll go get them and I'll go put them in the thing. And they always look at me like, what's she bringing another cart for? You know, because it's the right thing to do. Hello. You know, and last night the guy took his own machine and went all over the place. But I see people got a mess again. So, not as bad, but by the end of the night, I bet they will be. Anyway, if you can help, just help. If something's on the floor, don't step over it. How many times in a store? You step, come on now. Just pick it up. Put it up on the hanger. It doesn't hurt you. So there's that. But that's how you can help one another and show kindness too, right? So now I'm going to go to another store and go get the thing to clean up my dash, and we're going to have a great day, and I am going to go teach, and you have a great day too. And you know you will see me or our little star Lola in the next video. And she's going to sleep. So anyway, you'll see one of us or both of us in the next video, or you'll see beautiful scenery depending on where we're at. So I will talk to you soon. So aloha and shalom. Love you much. Aloha nui loa. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you much and love you much. And you know you're on Van Life with Minister Mary. Go share it out and do the thumbs up thing for me if you would. All right. Bye for now. See you later.